Hello and welcome to another Imperator Rome video. So we're just going to talk about a couple of things I've seen on the forums and on the dev clash. Honestly, there's not a whole lot to dive into today. The dev clash was primarily just a big war, which was awesome to watch for sure. But there's not much that I've really found out. But anyway, let's go into it anyway. First thing, I just want to quickly show you something that hasn't been mentioned on the dev diaries, as far as I know. And that's this here, hostile sieges on us. Of course, in EU4, you always had the outliner that would tell you there was a hostile siege on us, it's got 7% chance to win or whatever. But you never got them for these 100%, and it never did a countdown of the days, which is, something you may want to bear in mind. I like it. I think I'm still going to turn it off though, because it's, I imagine if you're carpet sieging or if you're being carpet sieged, that is going to clog up a lot of the outliner, of course. But yeah, that's just something I wanted to show. As well, I'm not sure if this is around here yet, but one thing I did notice that I haven't pointed out before, but I noticed it a few clashes ago, is that, there we go, you can see now. He's tagged over to, this is Dacia, I think, and when you're scrolling around the map, you can see these little, right here, you can see that on Rome's capital, there is a cross swords and their banner. Basically means this is a country we are at war with. And I think this is going to be quite useful, because there are plenty of times in EU4 that I'm at war and there's a coalition and stuff, and I'm just looking. I have to look around the map for ages to find the people who I'm at war with, where their capitals are, etc, etc. This just says, okay, we're at war with that guy, there's a little thing. And yeah, it's just one of those quality of life things I think is much appreciated. So there is that as well. Alright, moving on to the world map. And yeah, again, just how detailed, how much you can zoom in, and I really like the world map in Imperator Rome. The F10 map is very nice indeed. And I wanted to focus mainly on this conflict right here. This is Atropatene, Parthia, and Bactria. And Bactria said something very interesting in the forums, and that Atropatene has, I think it's 50,000 or 100,000 more maximum manpower than Bactria does. I mean, looking at the size of the countries, you wouldn't expect that, but of course, population comes into it. However, it kind of doesn't, in a way. That's not why they are so unbelievably powerful compared to Bactria. We have a look quickly over at the numbers. When we look at the population, we see Bactria here has, double the population of Atropatene. It just looks like Atropatene has more freeman pops. Unfortunately, Grugi hasn't broken down the population into various pop types. But yeah, they've got almost double the population of Atropatene, but Atropatene's manpower is 321k to, where is it? Bactria's 272k, so about 50,000 more maximum manpower. And it seems like Atropatene was gearing up for this for a while, because if you look at the cohorts, this is the amount of men you have. Atropatene has 161, and Bactria, despite being really large, only 64. Parthia, who declared war on Atropatene to try and save Bactria, isn't even on this list. So I really don't know what they're doing. Maybe they got stack wiped before the end of the session, I'm not sure. But yeah, some interesting stats here. I just want to point out ships. Rome is at 283 ships, and the closest rival is Celticia with 103, which is just mind-boggling. I'm quite disappointed in Egypt, but again, Dino has had a few problems where the AI has taken control of his country for a few times. Yeah, he's not having a good time of that, unfortunately. But yeah, I think to take on Rome, if we have to look back up at the map, if you want to take on Rome, he's got a front here He's got the front here, which is very, very small and absolutely deadly. This, I think it's this province or this city right here has gotten significant amount of battles occur in it. He could have a front down here, which would be quite easy to defend with only like, what, 3 choke points? If you want to fight Rome effectively, you're gonna have to bring some boats. And you would think that Egypt, with its huge coastline and lots of ports and solid military naval traditions, you would imagine this is going to be something that they could accomplish, but no, not at this time. One other thing that I saw in the dev clash, it was right at the end, I believe, during the interviews. This little province here is what's it, Socotra, I think is what its name is. Basically, they found out the only way to colonize this. God, where is it? I missed it. Alright, so clicking doesn't work. But basically, this island, the only way that you are going to be able to get onto this island is by being a migratory tribe. So, you know, the Germanics, especially. Getting your way down to this sea area somehow, and then basically creating, you know, getting your guys to migrate, getting them on boats and putting them here. And that's going to be quite difficult. I think the easiest way would probably be, you know, where Saxonia is going up here, then through Parthia, but then you're reaching Bactria and the Seleucids, and that's going to be quite difficult. But I think that's something I want to try and do, because that sounds a lot of fun. So yeah, you basically need to own a province on the coast here, migrate, get your dudes on the boats, get them down here. And yeah, that's be an interesting challenge, for sure. Alright, one more thing that I wanted to show you before I end the episode is this right here. This isn't by any of the devs. The devs haven't commented on this at all. However, it's very interesting because somebody's gone through and he's calculated, or not calculated, but he's trolled through the dev clash and looked at all of the different stats for all the different units. As I showed you in the last video I did of these, of the elephant one, he's found them for all of the different units. And he's calculated what they are efficient against, what is manpower efficient, what is cost efficient, and the total efficiency of various units. And he's come to some interesting conclusions. Mainly that light infantry are the most cost effective unit, and elephants are the most manpower efficient unit. Elephants, they're good against everything basically. Their performance against all of the other units: 200% against light infantry, 180% against light cavalry, 113 against horse archers, heavy infantry 130%, 180 against heavy cav, 300% against chariots, 180 against camels, 150 against archers. And it just boggles my mind because I don't think that should be it. Of course, they have the negative 50% damage towards them, which helps. But I mean, just look at this. I would say horse archers would quite comfortably take on elephants one-on-one because they're faster and they got bows. So you just run around it, shooting arrows into it until it eventually falls over and dies, right? But yeah, I'm not going to read through all of this, but I do encourage you to go and read it yourself because there is some very interesting conclusions here. Chariots are trash, basically. His conclusions are, I'll just read the conclusion. There we go. Garbage tier units, chariots and camels don't seem to be worth your time. They neither do especially well in performance cost or performance by manpower terms. Unless you have corresponding bonuses in your military traditions, they're probably very niche units when you need to counter large amounts of light infantry, or some strange reason can't use the objectively much better light cavalry against archers. Archers, interestingly, are not a hard counter to horse archers, which in my opinion they should be. A slinger, which apparently in this game is counted as an archer, it was stated that a slinger, if he hit a what's called a cavalryman, an rider in the knee, he would take that rider off the horse. like slingers are really good, and archers count as, or sorry, slingers count as archers in this game. So I think they undervalue archers quite significantly. Also, I still don't like the name of it. It should be skirmishers. Mid-tier units, archers, heavy cav, and heavy infantry, going to be doing well in combination. You can create a hard counter to an army of heavy infantry and archers that is great for both sieging and combat. You'll, however, not get the most out of your army, which I found very surprising, because in the Dev Clash we've seen heavy infantry do really well. However, yeah, you can hard counter it with horse archers. Horse archers do very well against heavy infantry. So if we look at horse archers and go over to heavy infantry, 167% against them. So yeah, and if you look at heavy infantry and go to horse archers, well, I suppose they do, that's heavy cavalry, whereas heavy infantry, they're 60%. So yeah, they're a hard counter to them, basically. And then god tier units, horse archers and light cav, basically because they're good at both cost efficiency and manpower efficiency, and it all depends on whether you feel what efficiency you need the most. So if you are struggling for manpower, then you're going to want something with high damage efficiency, so the likes of elephants and heavy infantry and heavy cavalry. If you have not so much money but high manpower, then you're going to want something like honestly light infantry, because they are quite cost efficient. Their performance to cost ratio is 6.95, whatever that means, in this guy's calculation. So yeah, there's a lot of stats and numbers here, and I encourage you to go and check that out. There will be a link to that in the description below. And just before I end, I want to reiterate that when Imperator Rome comes out, I will be doing a community multiplayer campaign. And if you would like to join in on that, then go into my Discord and have a look for the Imperator MP announcements channel. Read what's there, and you'll be able to sign up and perhaps play some Imperator Rome with me. But that's it for now. I hope you've enjoyed this shorter Dev Clash dive, Dev Clash dive, it's fine, video. There wasn't much to talk about today, so that's why I found this very interesting thing on the efficiencies and stuff. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Monday for another Dev Diary video. Bye bye for now.